Okay, before I get on with the predictions, all I have to say is that fuck Raw Ross Jr. He was the only fight that I got wrong on the last fight night that we had. But other than that, I got every single thing right. W predictions.
Starting off the card, Tamir's Vidal versus Montserrat Rendon. I'm going with Tamir's Vidal on this fight. I just think she's the better striker, and she has alright grappling. She has the ability to wrestle. She probably won't use it, but striking should be enough to get it done in the second round. So I'll be going with Tamir's Vidal to win by second round and knockout. The next fight up the card, Mizuki Inui versus Hannah Goldie. I am going with Inui to win this fight. I mean, Goldie is really just doing this fight for money. She just needs the money. She literally has an OnlyFans. She doesn't care if she wins or loses. That should be enough. And Inui will probably win by third round or second round knockout. Up the card, Muhammad Usman versus Jake Collier. Look, I don't care what any of you Usman fans care about. He is mid as shit. He cannot wrestle. He just powers through it. Jake Collier can wrestle. Even though he's a fat little bitch, he can wrestle. He's gonna submit Usman in the second round. Usman's gonna get tired like he always does, and it's over. Next up, Jacob Malkan versus Cody Brundage. Both of these fighters aren't that good, but I am going with Jacob Malkan. I think it's the obvious answer. I mean, Brundage literally got absolutely shit on by Dumas, and I really like Dumas. I really do like him, but he's not the best, and he'll probably never be in the top 5. So that's all I really have to say. He will win by decision. Next fight up the card, Tim Means versus Andre Falaho. This is another obvious one. Andre is gonna win. I know he's on a losing streak, but I promise you, Tim Means is old now. He's not good enough to beat Andre. Andre will outbox him and knock him out in the middle of the second round. Next fight up the card, Dan Argueta versus Miles Johns. I think Miles John will beat Argueta, and I think Argueta is actually the favorite coming into this fight. The thing is, Miles is just way faster, has better striking, and he's more well-rounded, and he's a veteran of the sport. So I think he will beat him by unanimous decision, 29-28. The next fight up the card, Ricardo Ramos versus Charles Jourdain. I think Charles Jourdain is going to win this. He's the better striker and the better grappler. He will outstrike him in the first, then he's going to start grappling in the second, and then in the third, he will go for the submission and win. Next up the card, Brian Battle versus AJ Fletcher. Here's the thing with this fight. It's a winnable fight for Fletcher, but I do think Brian Battle will be able to knock him out in the second round. Brian Battle is just, he's a better boxer, simple as that. And I don't think he will be able to get taken down by AJ Fletcher. He's not the best wrestler. So I'm going with Brian Battle to win by a second round KO. The next fight up the card is Madrina Rodriguez versus Michelle Watterson. I'm going with Michelle Watterson, and this is why. In her last fight, she clearly won. I don't care what anybody says, she clearly won. She got robbed. She looked good. Nobody talks about it, but she's got better takedowns. She will easily win this fight, unless they rob her, of course. I think she will win, though, by decision. And now, the co-main event. Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell versus Dan 50K Ige. I'm going with Dan Ige in this fight. He's the better striker and the better grappler. Bryce Mitchell has very good grappling, but it's not enough for Dan Ige. And also, we saw what Ilya did to him. Dan Ige has very underrated boxing. I think Dan Ige will knock him out in the second round. And now for the main event. Rafael Ottoman Fiziev versus Mateus Gamrot. At first I struggled to predict this fight, but then the big game changer was Fiziev's wrestling defense. It's very good. So this is how I think it's gonna go down. In the first round, they'll try to find each other's rhythm. Fiziev will find his rhythm first before Gamrot. Gamrot will try to go for the takedown. He's gonna get clipped in the very first round. I think he'll get knocked down. He'll survive it, go into the second round. Second round, he'll get clipped again. And then finally in the third, Fiziev will knock him out. Those were all my predictions in under 5 minutes.